Actually, this is our first video, and we're just trying out.
It actually started.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey there. We are Ron and
Bina.
Sabina. Bina. Beans, also called like that. And we decided to start a channel on YouTube. And we just figured out how to do this. And we thought we'll take you in on a bit. So the light is now on you and we have shades in the back. No, we don't need to do that, babes. I think this is better indeed, huh? You too? Without a shade?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not much I can do against my Monday look.
I think this is better.
Hey, but I think we have to be in the same. Hey, should we do that? Oh no, now I'm blurry.
No, exactly. So not the cinema.
Okay.
Cinema thing. Cinema. What is it?
No, but we can't change that now.
Ah.
Go
okay.
back.
Okay. What are we going to talk about? We do know. Tell me about your life.
Okay, this is like a Catholic confession. This is what I've done, and I'm not ashamed at all.
Did we try, by the way, when we tried for 1 minute, the sound? Is it recording well?
Let's not pause anymore, okay?
Okay.
If it's shitty, then it'll be a first lesson.
Exactly. What did you say? Catholic something what?
Confession.
Ah yeah, Catholic confession. When was the last time?
I confess, or
that you did something that you should confess about? I know that. I know exactly when that was. But we're not going to talk about that.
No, we went to a 3-day course this last weekend, including whole Friday, and we were for a while considering doing faceless channels, and this morning we woke up and we thought, let's just do
it's our faces.
face channels.
And yes, I agree with you. I need to go to a barber. Tomorrow morning is going to happen, but now it's still like this. But she looks amazing, doesn't she? So yes, no faceless, but with two faces channel.
But we're not two-faced. We normally say the truth.
Three. But we think we have a life that could be interesting for you to follow about. We met each other a year ago. Actually on Camino. I don't know if you know about Camino. It's a walk from wherever you want to start. But there are some main starting places. But the end phase is mostly Santiago de Compostela in Spain.
Not mostly. Oh, well.
Yeah, you can also go to Assisi in Italy, for instance.
Oh, no, okay, but Camino is to Spain.
Yeah,
in
sure.
Spain.
Yeah.
And it is a pilgrimage. Babes, if you come...
Yeah, let's be together.
Okay, let's be together. Is that what you said last year?
Well, not immediately, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, let's maybe now talk about what we want to talk about, which is the sort of purpose of this channel.
We, of course, have both our different lives. I'm 58 years old. You are?
Not 58.
Exactly, a bit younger. You can see that, of course. And we, of course, have our history before we got into a relationship with the two of us. And she knows since 4 days that you have ADHD. I
think I know since December, but I got diagnosed 4 days ago.
4 or 5 days ago. I know, sort of, but I'm not diagnosed having autism in a light form, maybe combined with ADHD, in a light form that leads to sometimes difficulties in how to do things and being overwhelmed and thinking all the time and whatever. And
you're not diagnosed other than by me.
I'm diagnosed, indeed. And you read so much about, if you want, ADHD and also ADHD, so autism combined with ADHD. More and more people seem to have it. There's research done.
Be it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to say I have it, or I don't know. I don't even like the term ADHD or ADD. I think I'm going to come up with my own.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to ask her later on. I'm going to ask you But what does it do for you? Why is it important that you do know that you have it? Because you thought it was important. But a lot of is written about it. A lot of research is being done. But there's also so many things that we don't know about this yet. And people, also scientists that are working on this topic, only after lots of years, many of years, in their own lives, discovered that they had it and are explaining now what it did to them, and that's so something to be recognized. And the fact that we both have our issues and are in a relationship and we're very happy, maybe might be worthwhile to hear something about. So we thought we're gonna share with you some experiences, and that might be deep, that might be very personal, might be, we hope it's funny sometimes, because we can laugh about each other or over each other. How do you call it in English? Oh yeah, tell me, what's it? I'm laughing at you. That's something else. Eh?
Or with you.
And by the way, English for the both of us is not our native language. You might have heard that, at least from me. I'm Dutch. You are?
Unpolished.
Ah, yeah. With that we get to the title of our channel. But you are from origin?
I am from Poland, from Silesia. Subject for another episode.
Yeah, but hey, you don't live there. Where are we now?
Oh, we are in London.
Because you live here for 14 years already?
Yeah.
British passport as well? You carry two all the time?
Thanks. And why don't you give them my number? That's another thing. Why do I think he has autism? He says everything that crosses his mind.
And why do you write on my shirt? Leave that pen there. True.
To come back to the subject of why it's important or not to be labeled as some people say. Well, first of all, when did we even start using terms such as label? You know, how has it entered our collective language, so to speak? And are labels harmful? Are they helpful? Is it better to know? Is it better to tell someone you are neurotypical or neurodivergent? For me, I think I've always searched for an answer to my various struggles. I thought I was hypersensitive. I thought I had social anxiety. I thought in the realm of 5 childhood wounds, I dealt with rejection. I thought I had a mixture of avoidant and what's the name of the anxious style in relationships. And maybe it's all true, maybe none of it is, but until I realized I have ADHD, I was searching, and now I'm not anymore. It really does feel like...
For me, you mean?
That's the answer. And yeah, he's also the answer.
But can you tell me what you have really been struggling with? Anxiety, what does that mean? What did you start and did it finish? Or what is another problem that you have with it?
So we're going for the big fish straight away.
Full disclosure.
I quit my corporate job 8 years ago to be self-employed, to work in film, to write books, and I haven't truly showed the world my art. I've written almost 5 books, or 5 almost books, never finishing them, always afraid of publishing, always afraid of rejection, criticism.
So what people might think of you, what's in your head?
I don't know if I actually think that, or if there is some sort of force, so to speak, that...
The force?
that...
Of July?
What?
A joke we once made, I know.
May, not July.
Go on.
I don't know, maybe there was a reason I never published them. Maybe it had to. I didn't know that the point of my creativity will be to, or the product of it will be to talk about ADHD and autism and us, and modern relationships, long distance relationships, inter, no, it's the opposite of intra, no,
Extra?
extra.
Intra what? Extra what?
I wanted to say that we're from different countries and cultures.
Ah, yeah. International, maybe? True. Yeah, different culture, different languages, different upbringing, and also not. Difference of, can I say how many years? Well, over 15.
Why?
So different upbringing, but also not, because cultures were maybe more or less the same.
Yeah, we realized they were quite similar.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in communist Poland, and I think we're just behind with stuff. So thanks to that sort of being frozen in time kept me growing up in, say, the same culture, meaning that Poland in the 80s was what Netherlands was in the 70s or 60s.
Something like that, in terms of work ethics, work hard, do your best, be brave, don't offend, blah, blah, blah.
Respect your parents, feelings aren't that important.
Indeed.
And a few other things that I think are a fantastic part of our upbringing. And of course, when you're a kid, you think, or a young adult, you think that your parents were shit, and if you ever have children, you'll be much better, and you focus on the things you didn't get from them, to I don't know, and think that you will give that to your children, but forget that you're kind of pretty great, and that it is thanks to your parents.
True, and I think that goes for every generation. It doesn't matter when you were born. You always think your parents did it in the wrong way, so you have to do it differently. But again, back to your autism, how you say anxiety?
ADHD.
ADHD, of course. Anxiety, and but there's also that thing, starting indeed a lot and wanting to have impulses continuously. Thinking of 7 things at the same time. If I try to have her attention to what I think at that moment is worth saying or important to me or whatever, I see the distraction shooting in or coming in, I don't know how to say it. And one of my standard sentences, are you listening to me? We can laugh about it because we are really open towards each other and can now say what we're afraid of, have difficulties with, etc. And be vulnerable, and knowing that the other is not going to cut your head off. And I really thought before that was going to happen, not literally of course, but how can she like me if I am all this? So I didn't dare to be vulnerable. Because the other side, my part of the story with my autism, of course had also relationships before this one. I was married for
No way.
Yeah, I came out. I had so the intention to not say it here because he didn't need to know. But yes, he does. I was married for 25 years, 2 lovely daughters, by the way. And but well, my previous partner also says, I'm sure you have something autistic. And I said, and what's the use of having a label? And can be true, I'm functioning very well, I have a great job, people are happy with what I do, blah, blah, blah. And we'll get to what it means later on in a person's life, if you're interested. Like we will talk more about Camino and more about ADHD and more about relationships and whatever comes along. But for me, I'm so happy if there's a weekend of doing nothing. Became a favorite word of mine. Can we please do nothing, Beans? Come on, do you need to go out to dinner again? We were just out for 2 days ago. Why? Or a film. How many films can one see in a week? I'm a bit exaggerating, we don't do that often.
You haven't done 3 films in the cinema in 1 day with me yet in an entire year, so stop complaining.
True. But these are the discussions we have sometimes. I need my rest. I need to be free sometimes from the being overwhelmed. I need to recover from everything I put my attention in during the day. And so far, I still have a sort of a 9 to 5 job. I'm self-employed, but have my contracts, take them very seriously. I'm successful in my work, but also because I take it seriously, I have to be trustworthy. I need to make sure that they are satisfied about my work, and that demands a lot of me. And in the evening, just lying and watching television is a great thing to do. And then there's this other person that wants to do all kinds of other things. By the way, if you have any tips, tell them to us or to me.
This is a tip.
Of a pen. Yeah. So that challenges us. It challenges us in our lives. And by the way, it challenged us and me immediately when we got to know each other on Camino. Shall we tell a little bit about it?
No. Another time. This was supposed to be just an introduction. What I wanted to say about ADHD is, I think the things that I identify the most in myself, the symptoms, so to speak, are people pleasing, which Ron is also very guilty of. I have, I think, an extreme rejection sensitivity dysphoria, by which I always think I've done something wrong. If there's a call from, I don't know, some sort of authority, I'm sure the police are already outside, even though I didn't do anything. If someone says we need to talk, I already think that I've been found out of that terrible crime that I don't even remember committing. I do need a lot of, as Ron calls it, distractions. So I think that I spend my days on a dopamine ride, depending when I started and depending how much I started, the day will go as per the waves that I'm riding, and I am learning or discovering what is causing spike and when to have them. And because I also don't want to be 58 now, and do nothing.
Who would you want to be? Hey, but can you hold on the thoughts, what you want to talk about further? Because I want to say something. This means that at her day, she can have a plan now or plan a list of things she wants to do tomorrow. And she knows exactly that it would be the best to start with going for a walk for an hour outside in daylight. In the morning, immediately have done that, get some fresh air, some daylight, etc. Good for vitamin D, etc. And then complete. It happens. There are days you can. And then get completely lost. And I'm not saying for that hour. It can be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon. And she says, Shh, I didn't do anything today. And I said, well, I saw you do this, do that, do this and that and that and that and that. By the way, also, you went to just, do this and that. And no, it doesn't feel I didn't do anything. So I have to go for a walk. I have to do this. I have to do that. And the stress kicks in and the rest of the day is stressed.
I've
not always
learned recently that mine doesn't like unfinished stuff. So it's good to, by the end of the day, just make a list of everything you've done. And I do a lot. I do something all the time, but I do also at the same time have a million ideas, and I feel like I'm not succeeding in any of them because I touch a million things and have 1,500,000 unfinished by the end of the day. And that's another thing with ADHD. It's this constant travel between hyperfocus, in which if you're focused on an activity, then the whole world can be on fire and you do your thing and you're brilliant at it.
Yeah, very productive.
Or you get distracted by the littlest things. And what happens in the brain of a person with ADHD is that they're I have to find the English word I forgot because I'm reading a Polish book about it. I think it's motor memory, not the short-term one, but the one that is operating as you do something. And it means that, for example, if I'm writing and I notice that my shirt needs ironing, I will start ironing and I will completely forget that I was writing. And I will also give those two activities the same importance. Whereas a neurotypical person would be able to organize themselves better. So this sort of inability to...
Go on.
Also fidgeting is an ADHD thing. The executive function is a little bit wonky with ADHD, but I think it's also very important to know that ADHD is a gift. I think all the best people on the planet have it. Obviously you shouldn't diagnose your friends or I don't know, people you don't know, but that's what I do. I watch a series and I think this person has it, this person has it. This weekend we met a few people whom I said like, you should probably check Alex's ADHD chatter podcast.
And Alva said, oh yeah, I'm diagnosed already.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I think we attract people that function in a very similar way. So we both, well, even though Ron has some contracts within the 9-to-5 job realm, he's self-employed. That's very typical also for ADHDers.
Can work for
or ADHDists. Need to change jobs, need to change relationships, need variety. And I had quite a few short relationships. Ron had his one very long one, but I think this is something that probably speaks more to your autism rather than your ADHD.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yes.
Just to give 2 examples, the amount of creativity in her is amazing, and that's known, that ADHD people are very creative. A lot of creative people do have ADHD.
If not most. I would say that,
yeah,
and anyone you see on TV, the authors, the musicians, and especially the ones that never watch their films, it's probably RDS, the rejection sensitivity, RSC, sorry, I keep making a mistake. And also another thing is struggling with addictions, because the ADHD brain, a lot of people, including myself, self-medicate with, in my case it was alcohol, but people do drugs and all sort of, sports, shopping, whatever else gives them the kicks of adrenaline, of dopamine, sorry. So, any artists you can think of who have or channel this, the great gift, and then struggle with addiction.
And with that, to the both of us, it became so clear why we needed to meet and to like each other and get into this relationship. And we'll get to that later on in another episode of this channel. But it's so clear to me why I have to come across a woman that has a problem with alcohol or has had a problem like that, as she said. Because I have issues with it in a completely different way, but really difficulties with it. And so there are other things like that, and with you in me, for you in me. So it's so interesting to realize what the universe has in store for you and serves you with exactly at the moment that you need it, if you're open to it. And otherwise, you will ignore it now and you will keep bumping into the same things because you have to get rid of it in this life. That's what we strongly believe, that the universe is working with you. And if you have the chance to be in the right energy, feel good about yourself, confident, do things you like, get more confidence, be positive to others, be kind to others, you will meet those things. And if there's a problem that you still deny and put somewhere deep because it's difficult, you will be confronted with something that makes you go there. And we have experienced that already in our young 1 year together.
A toddler. toddler
It's a total relationship. Hey, and being hyper-focused, what you also said. Last week we had a fight. It was quite a heavy discussion. And we have fought quite a bit. And I learned to fight from you. And with you, by the way. But in this fight, that was a day that you didn't, it was not about that, but that you were not able to be productive yet. And you had to do your admin because she's also self-employed. And later on, we didn't see each other for a few hours. And she told me in 3 hours, she finished her whole, you did that, admin for, what was it, a year. The yearly admin in 3 hours. It takes me more, I can say, because I'm looking at all those tiny details.
Me too, but I'm just better at it.
Probably. Or you make more mistakes. We don't know that yet.
Dare you.
The HMRC has not knocked on your door yet.
And no one's scared, thanks.
Oh yeah, that helps as well. But that's how it works, I think.
That's how we work.
That's how we work. By the way, have you looked at this great setup we have here to have a camera there, which is our phone. We don't have a special microphone yet. It's maybe a bit hollow here. There's clothing there. There's the bed. Lighting is not...
This is my bed light, by the way. And
yeah. Lighting is not perfect yet. This is going to work out as soon as we make some money on this channel. So help us, please. Well, let's make a picture afterwards and add it towards this, to this video so people can see how the setup was.
And show my bedroom. No thanks.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. There must be something, we have to keep something private? Is that a yes or a no?
You're not joking.
I'm honest in everything. I'm not autism. That's another thing. If you don't know...
Let's please keep some things private.
That is very difficult. I think for autism in general, one of my daughters has autism in a way that they... okay. Yeah, no? Okay. And the beauty in it with people that have autism, they're honest. I cannot lie. You see it in me. And
I have to play poker with you.
Oh, I'm not going to. I know that I should not. But that's very difficult. I cannot lie, and I almost cannot keep my mouth shut.
No shit.
I need to tell. Because, the other person needs to know the context, why I'm of this opinion, or why I think like this, etc., etc. And it's not true. And I have learned that, at least it has been told to me, that a lot of people are not ready to receive all the information that you have and are overwhelmed by that. And I cannot imagine, they need to know. But they don't, you told me, for instance.
No, I just told him that the rest of us keep thoughts inside our head and don't disclose all of them, which is news to him.
Yep. I didn't know.
The reason why I pinched you about your daughter is because you probably should ask someone also whether you should disclose any information about them.
Interesting. True.
Yeah.
I will.
Good news?
Good news.
I mean, news?
Well,
Some news?
It's too late to get this back because we promised ourselves that we were going to publish this one.
Ah, yeah, that's another thing. We are thinking about recording these live. Oh no.
Recording this live. Is that not an oxymoron, or how do you call those things?
No, as a live, YouTube live.
Without cutting something out.
Yes, and we want to make it show as it is. The way we talk, the way we... are. That's why we were like wondering how to call this channel. We thought since he's Dutch, we could call it Dutch Courage, which is funny because he doesn't drink, and or Unpolished because I'm Polish.
So Unpolished.
Yes.
But you write it in the same way as Unpolished.
Yeah.
Quite funny.
Yeah, I know, but Unpolished Dutch Courage is a mouthful, and we.
Exactly.
I know.
So maybe we'll call this channel Unpolished or something, because we're telling the honest truth.
Or Unpolished.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
We can maybe get some suggestions.
Anything you say can and will be used against you. In a court of law.
In a court of love.
Oh yeah, better court to be in.
I think I wanted
Is that why it's called courtship? Epiphany.
I think we wanted to say a bit more about our plans and about what we think about ADHD and autism.
But also, we didn't say that in the beginning. I think we decided to do this live, and we decided to do this today, and that was because opposite to us is the bed, and we were lying there this morning. Woke up a bit before 7, and we started talking about this weekend that we had and all the creative ideas we got and roads to get where we want to. Ideas. That's difficult for a Dutch because it's an idea, but an idea is something else. I know. So idea. So ideas that we had, and you said actually we were quite funny to each other. You said, we should have recorded this. This is exactly how we want to talk on video and on a channel on YouTube.
But I said nobody probably would think we're funny or interesting. But then we just thought there's, first of all, everyone is unique, and someone will find this interesting and helpful and someone else won't. And we are not trying to please everybody, even though I normally in life do. But this weekend I've heard a sentence that really landed, which was, unless you liked everybody you came across in your life, then don't expect everyone else to like you, which is so obvious, but also so just something you don't think about, and it's so true.
So if you do like what we're doing here, or don't like what we're doing here,
but don't say it.
What do you do on YouTube? I don't know.
Don't say it. I don't want you to ever say it. Please no. Don't say it.
Okay, so don't do what I didn't say. Or do. Feedback is good, babes. We have to learn.
I know.
It's gonna help you.
I know. But I decided we will never say what people say on YouTube. If you want to hear more of us, you know what to do. Everybody knows how to use YouTube.
Except me.
What else I want to say about ADHD? Can you remind me?
Our story, our travel, how to deal with it, how to grow in a relationship, in our relationship. No, that was not it, huh? We were saying this morning. You said something before I said that we were lying in bed.
No,
Go on.
What was I going to say? You distracted me. Oh yeah. How do I know I have ADHD? A very good friend of mine, not surprisingly, because we attract people with similar features, told me he was diagnosed, and as this, who am I? How do I call myself normally? The savior that wants to save everybody from their life. He told me there was a global shortage of medicine for ADHD, and I knew better what he needed than he did and his doctor, so I went on a quest to find a video on YouTube that would say this is how you deal with ADHD without medication, because in general I am of a belief or opinion that we are over medicated, and unless you really need it, unless it's a life-saving medicine, we just take too much drugs for things that can be cured or treated with
lifestyle,
yes, good
food,
exercise, air, nature. But I decided to get medicine. As far as I know or learned from Dr. Jarosław Jóźwiak, who's a world-class expert in ADHD, he's Polish as well, and I got diagnosed in his clinic. You can reduce or categorize people into 3 levels of ADHD. The mildest one can be treated without medicine. The middle one needs therapy and medicine, and the more severe one needs medicine. And the reason for that is because the chemistry of your brain is helped by that medicine, and without that help, the middle and the more severe ADHD brains won't respond to any therapy. I've tried so many courses about ADHD, so many calendar tricks, apps, and I get very enthusiastic about it, which is another thing. I think most people with ADHD are very positive and enthusiastic and sometimes very naive. Maybe that's why I fell for scams and stuff. But yeah, I'll still prefer that than being cynical. I lost my train of thought. Where was I?
Also not very uncommon for you.
So the reason I decided to take medicine to try it, because I haven't started yet, I just got it prescribed last week and I'm waiting for delivery from Poland, because I was diagnosed in Poland, because in the UK it takes many years to be diagnosed through the National Health Service, and privately it's quite expensive. And even when you do get diagnosed privately, you then need a private prescription. So the same medicine as that you would get through National Health Service, you have to pay for them quite a bit, over £100 a month, which maybe for someone in US seems like nothing. I have this idea that it's quite expensive in the US, but the idea that you have to pay quite a bit for something that you should be able to get prescribed as part of your national insurance stinks.
To function.
Yeah. So I got private diagnosis in Poland and private medicine, which are still cheaper than the ones in the UK. I also trust the clinic of Dr. Józwiak. I follow his YouTube channel and his advice. I read his books. Another thing, I have hundreds of books that I rarely finish. Some of them I haven't even started. And many of the books I start very enthusiastically, then I jump to the end, and I just have to know what's going to happen. But if I really get into a subject, I can read a book 2 or 3 times in, like, a day or 2.
I cannot skip everything in a book. I have to start with the first letters, first words, read everything. Sometimes I read, next page, no, nothing on the next page. I have to do it in the right order.
Great.
Yeah, true story.
We started reading books together in the evening so that we don't finish day with screens, with series and films that relax him and I love. So we try to read. So now we have to follow the book's order. or maybe I read the end and you don't know.
Yeah, true.
So.
Well, and by the way, if I read a book twice or see a film twice, I forgot most things anyway. So
yeah,
I can laugh again.
This morning I told you, remember the video we listened to on the way from...
No, we didn't.
Last week. And then mid through the video when he listened to it for the second time. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but there was only that part you would let me listen to. The first... And about diagnosis. I've never been diagnosed with ADHD or autism. I don't really feel the need to it. You told me some time ago, yeah, but it helps lots of people to understand really what it is to be diagnosed or realize at a later age with something like that. So I have all the time in the world before I do that. A higher age? What is it?
No, later age.
Being older, later age.
Yeah.
So I have all the time. I can wait a few years.
Yeah. At least 50 left.
Because it's a relative term. But I know, of course, about the honesty we already said to you. How much I need structure. And I remember I had a desk in several jobs I had, and I had all these files in terms of plastic, how do you call these maps? These things to put papers in. And there were stacks, and maybe 6, 7, 8 stacks of binders on my desk, and there was no order in it, but I knew exactly where what was. Because there was a structure that was in my head. It can be a mess in my room, and mostly I have to clean it. We managed to keep it a mess, I must admit. Yep.
I keep kitchen and common spaces in all shared houses I lived super clean. Probably because I didn't want to be criticized by my siblings or my flatmates.
But I can find in 23 spots in the house tissues that have been used already for a nose or whatever, but they're there.
Okay, I don't have a flatmate now, so the mess is everywhere. But I used to perform for the strangers.
You don't have...
Do you believe that?
And you don't have a flatmate.
No more to...
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm quite
Not structured,
artistic.
but yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, that was a good joke. We read on the toilet in the Netherlands where we had ice cream a few weeks ago that creative people or ADHD people don't have a mess. They have ideas everywhere.
On the
Something like
toilet.
that. Yeah, don't you remember?
And we had. Why did you need to tell them where it was and what we had? Ice cream
And
on
I
the
just said
toilet?
I have autism. I tell the whole story. Those details are
He
part
doesn't
of
have
the
ice cream on the toilet.
true. But we're in an ice cream
Parlor.
restaurant,
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
Okay. So honesty, structure, difficulty with changes. My gosh. And with the person with ADHD and Bina needing all these impulses, wants to travel, and I was quite okay with the smaller world, beautiful nature in the area where I live.
That's why you got a girlfriend from abroad that lives in one of the biggest cities in the
Toing
continent.
in your face, dude.
Yeah, so basically, did you really were happy and okay with?
Well, that's a good topic maybe for another podcast.
Did you wear? Oh, were you?
Were you? But so maybe a topic for another podcast that we
Oh, it's
say
a
that.
podcast now. Okay.
Oh, what is it? A channel? I don't know what the word is. That I had. I mean, and for you it goes the same probably. I had this idea. I was fine with a smaller world, not traveling, also because of CO2 emissions. So definitely not flying. And with her, I flew already. Oops. And sorry, colleagues in the energy transition. And also with spending less money. Money is a thing with me. I came to learn, and of course, I knew already. I came across that earlier in life, but I just put it away and created this story that I'm fine with less stuff. I don't want to buy. I don't need those things. I don't need to travel. In the end, you do. And if you want to have interactions with people and come across different cultures, etc., you sort of have to. And there are different ways to do it, so I have to find my balance in it. But this story that everything was okay, not traveling, not spending money, blah, 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 it was a story that I told myself. And that's, I think, psychologically, of which she knows much more about than I do, that's an interesting thing. How do you say it? You confirm to yourself this belief that you have, and you find it everywhere until you recognize that it's not true.
Until whoever rules or designed this world tells you that what you want and what you need rarely is the same thing. So true. It puts someone on your path that confronts all your beliefs or what you think you know or believe. I think you haven't finished, even though you're so organized, the thought about label and whether you need diagnosis or not.
Exactly.
We spoke about it before that.
No, go ahead.
That it's not just about you and for yourself, but if you get diagnosed, or even if you don't get diagnosed, but you know how you are engineered, then it's a form of kindness to tell other people that, you know, if you behave in a certain way, it doesn't mean that you are trying to be rude or for example, in my case, if I lose attention during conversation, that it's not that I'm not interested, or if I start speaking about myself when someone says something, this is how I connect with people. And ADHD is not new. It's, you know, it's been discovered, or whatever you call it,
named.
Yes, over 200 years ago. But it was considered...
That long ago?
Yeah, 1790s, I think.
Okay.
I have to check that.
Wow.
But it was considered a the disease, I think, or disorder of immoral boys. It was so as you know, someone who can't follow social norms and is just badly educated. It was considered a disease or disorder just for found in boys. Only, you know, in the last few years, we realized that girls have it as well, and more often in the inattentive version, but also hyperactivity in them can be internal. So we can
explain later on what inattentive means. at least to me.
So in boys, you would see them more often. For example, my brother. See, I just lectured you about talking about your sister. My brother would be a boy who would get up and walk around the classroom where it was frowned upon. And I wasn't like that, and Ron wasn't like that. Ron was looking in the window and admiring, I know, the church outside rather than focusing on a class, and that was his inattentiveness. And the hyperactivity in girls can be scattered thoughts. You might not see them walking around the classroom, but they might be all over the place under the roof. So that's one thing. Second thing, it's very hard to get diagnosed as a woman. Up to 75% of women are diagnosed with depression instead of ADHD. For example, my first diagnosis in the first center I was trying to get diagnosed, I didn't get ADHD diagnosis because it was based on the DIVA-5 test, which is actually from Netherlands, and for that you have to have presented all the symptoms in childhood to be then diagnosed as an adult. For me, there are a lot of things from my childhood I don't remember, and I was also a great student, always the best grades, and a lot of kids with ADHD struggle with attention and struggle with exams. I haven't had that, so I thought it's impossible that for me to have ADHD. But that's a thing called masking, when we try to behave in a way that's expected rather than being ourselves. Again, not a bad thing. My life was much easier probably when I was doing whatever expected from me, and especially in girls and women.
But who wants easy?
We are expected to be polite and conforming and never get angry, smile and all that crap. And I did. So it was hard to get a diagnosis. So that's something I wanted to say as well.
Very good. Very serious. Yeah, boring. No, not really. No, I mean that. But look at the time. It's 47 minutes since we started. Maybe we
should check the oven.
Something in the oven as well. I think we touched a few topics, and we know we're going to talk more about this. And we have a lot of knowledge about a few things, and a lot of questions about other or the same things. So I think, how often are we going to post? Have we decided on that?
Once a week, maybe. Yeah. If we're going to do this long form, then maybe once a week.
Yeah. Well.
And then it's also,
Any thoughts? Let us know. It's also what,
Yeah, we'll have more updates on the... Oh yeah, we're supposed to say we're starting this...
Oh yeah, our business.
Yeah, that's what we were supposed to
2
talk
minutes
about.
more.
48 minutes ago.
Yeah.
The reason we decided to do this is because a few weeks ago we signed up to for a course to do faceless YouTube channels to make some money off YouTube, and we thought, babes, I think that we'll start with that, and then we'll just have a personal...
So afraid of you touching my shirt with the pen.
Personal channels, with the faces.
Yeah.
And after this super inspiring business weekend, we thought, like, why wait? Why not do this already?
One of the things we learned was start now, get perfect later.
Yeah.
Great.
Although we're perfect already.
Oh yeah, yeah. But so this is one of the ideas we have. Also me, I want to have a personal channel around the topic of what I work in so far in the energy transition in the Netherlands.
And by energy he means electricity, not
exactly.
Reiki.
Not all Rush here. I know all about that as well, but I'm not going to talk about it. No, that's not true. But let's say infrastructure to get rid of natural gas and use more electricity and hydrogen, etc. So that's what I want to create videos about in Dutch. But this we're doing together, and I like it already. I hope
you like you already.
I was before that already. So yeah, we're gonna try and make a business out of this. We'll see how it goes. So if you have any comments, wishes, whatever, we'll see whether we're going to do something with them. But they're welcome.
And we also went on holiday in August, and we started writing a book about it together, and then we stopped because some of us have issues with finishing projects. So we might talk or finish it even, who knows?
Yeah, well, I think we could take our audience step by step through what we did every day, which every day gave a new insight, and it's a great way of learning.
Yeah, and
So,
I also want to publish my previous books, so we'll probably
your
focus...
period books?
Previous
books. It's good to know what the topics are.
And also, I'm a filmmaker. I love writing stories and directing and editing, so I want to get back to that as well. And
so you understand why I love her. We're gonna wrap up. Talk to you soon. We hope to make a new video soon and post it. And again, if you have any responses, don't give them to us, because one of us has RSD. Okay.
RDS or RSD? What do I have?
RSD, rejection sensitivity disorder.
No, dysphoria.
Dysphoria.
You have disorder.
I know. I have more of them.
I think I have disorder in my kitchen. I don't want to go there. But I think we're burning the pumpkin now.
Okay.
So it doesn't smell yet.
Let's go and save it.
We're safe.
Thanks.
Oh, there's no alarm.
How do we say goodbye?
With words, preferably. We can also do gestures.
The stage is yours.
Goodbye.
See you next time. Bye-bye.